And I love the idea of love and being with somebody and having a partner, you know, and a significant other that could, you know, be here, that we could work together.
Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Kidneyjay. The J stands for jerk because my kidneys are a pair of jerks. And this is a hungry fat chick update about what she did during the week, as well as we're going back to one of our mukbangs last week that I didn't really touch upon, but I found very relatable about relationships and getting close to someone when you are ill, chronically ill, whether it is self-inflicted or not. So we will get into that. Before I do get started, you guys know the drill already. Pour a little salt and vinegar on that like button, maybe some extra mayo on the subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet. As well, leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you, love learning from you. Really would like to hear your perspectives on relationships when you know your time is limited. So this week in Candyland, we had a few mukbangs uploaded. One was McDonald's Filet-O-Fish meal for one. Now don't get excited. This was her pre-meal because she had company over. And then we're going to do the tuna sandwich. I have more information on that. As well as she had a chicken salad mukbang. She bought some stuff from the grocery store and made herself a couple of sandwiches and had some chips. And that was it. Not much said in those. And then she did miss an upload, but she updated her community in her community post saying, this weekend was a busy one for me. I had company Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. It was fun. I enjoyed conversation and movie with friends. I got a little tipsy. Maybe not the best move. I never got around to shooting a video though, and I'm sorry. I'll be seeing you all Saturday. Have a nice week, and thank you for stopping by. What do I have to say about this? I know what it's like to have your world so small that it's just you. It seems it's just you and four walls. It's great to have visitors. Probably not great to drink and use it as an excuse to eat more. So maybe not the healthiest relationship she has, you know, if it just involves around eating, but looks like they watched movies and other things. So, kind of on the fence about that. So that's what went on in Candyland this week. But what I wanted to touch on was in her Subway tuna mukbang is where she talks about relationships and she opens up about them. I did find this relatable, so I thought, why not react to it? And I didn't want to put it in last week's video because you know what? It's just so much. I don't want to keep everyone waiting. You know, time is precious. So let's hear what she has to say.
I've just had a lot on my mind lately. I've been talking to this fella that I've been talking to for a few years now. I mean, already there's issues with the idea of a potential relationship. Because number one, I'm not mentally ready for that kind of thing. Number two, not physically ready. Three, he lives a million miles away from me, so that's that.
So mentally, I believe she's probably talking about her agoraphobia and leaving her house. Physically, obviously she has accumulated quite the amount of health issues due to weight. And obviously this is a parasocial relationship, and he seems to be far away. Now, if that's a reason or a good excuse, I'm not sure. Sometimes we pick relationships that are unattainable for a reason.
But when we talk, you know, all that kind of just flies out the window, and, you know, we get all lovey and it's nice and I'm smiling and happy, and a few days ago, we kind of got into a serious conversation. And I got scared because basically I feel like if I get into a relationship with somebody, something real and something good, you know, it's going to be very short-lived. And not because, you know, they're going to leave or I'm going to leave or it's going to be over like that, but because my time here is limited. And of course, everybody's time is limited, but, you know.
So, yeah, we know, Candy knows as well that her life expectancy has dropped significantly because of her weight-related issues. And I related to this, and you're probably thinking, well, KJ, she did this all to herself. How is this relatable to you? Because I think whether you do it to yourself or not, you end up in the same spot. Maybe you have regrets because you didn't do things the way you should have, but ultimately you're in the same spot. Kidney disease at any stage or any age cuts life expectancy. So I've grappled with these same questions regarding relationships as well.
It's like, I don't know. And I was wondering if it was selfish to just start telling him these things, reminding him that if we were together, he might not have a long time with me. And that's pretty freaking depressing, you know. And I'm an idiot, you know. But which one is more selfish? You know, getting with somebody and then, you know, dipping out and leaving them with a lifetime of grief, or not allowing him the opportunity to love me at all. You know what I mean? You know, they say it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, but
I'm sure everyone has heard that quote. It's actually by Lord Tennyson, and he was referring to not romantic love, but he was referring to love of his friend who he lost to a stroke at 22 years old. He was only 24 at the time. And then secondly, she's asking in that clip, is it selfish of her to sort of lay everything out and say, listen, this is my health issues? No disrespect, but I'm sure he has eyes, he has ears, he would have some knowledge that, you know, unfortunately this lady has comorbidities that might end her life sooner rather than later. Secondly, yes. If you potentially want to get serious with someone, this is my perspective, let them know, like, this is what I have. This is like the possible outcomes. This is what I go through on a daily basis. Now we'll get into the self-infliction part in a second, but that's from just saying, yes, say it. Tell them everything.
I've been there, you know. I've felt grief, like grief most of my life, most of my adult life anyway. My whole nuclear family that I grew up with, both my grandparents and my mother, which I was pretty close to at times, you know, all like within 2 years gone, just gone. And I've never fully recovered from that, you know. And then recently, you know, Thomas passed and other people in the community that I'm in passed that I've known and stuff. And
So I'm sure Candy's well aware that because she didn't confront those losses head on via therapy, whatever, that it manifested into the life she lives today, unfortunately.
and it's just, when it's over, it's over. But I mean, towards the end, I told him, I mean, if somehow you find yourself unafraid of, you know, seeing it through with me, I'm still here, you know. So basically, I have forgotten what it's like to be loved. And it's not that I don't feel like I deserve it. I do. I don't know, scared. I just don't want to do that to somebody. I mean, I already told myself I never wanted to get married because God, not only would I leave them, but I would leave them with debt, potentially, you know. Oh, no. No.
Okay, so I think this is a good opportunity to sort of squash the rumors. I don't know, people come into my comment section saying, Candy's a millionaire. I don't think so, especially if he's fearful of leaving debt to people.
So I don't let myself get close to people very often. That's why I stay away from dating and all this stuff. I mean, physically, like I said, I'm not fully able. I mean, and even if somebody, was like, that's all good with me. I would help you. I would be there for you, for better or for worse, sickness and health and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, that's a great sentiment, but when you deal with a sick person, or a person that's mentally ill, physically challenged, like, my orthopedic stuff is just so, I mean, I could end up in a nursing home anytime, anytime. One wrong step and my hip's done, and, bye-bye apartment, I'm going into physical rehab for God knows how long,
Okay, not giving relationship advice, but I can totally relate to this as a fellow sick person and trying to forge lasting relationships with people. Oftentimes we self-sabotage, we pick the wrong people, we pick people who are unattainable, just because we don't think we deserve better. And this is going to sound totally cliche, but it starts with yourself. Obviously, Candy is not doing everything for herself to be her best self. What I find helpful is, if you want a relationship with someone else, think about what you want from that relationship, write down a list, and look at it objectively and think, am I doing these things for myself? And if not, start there. Start doing those things for yourself. I know, cliche, but it works, believe me.
I'm very well aware of potential bullshit that's going to happen in my life, because of my size. And I just don't want to do that to another person. And I love the idea of love and being with somebody and having a partner, and a significant other that could, be here, that we could work together. I wouldn't just be like cracking a whip and saying, do this, do that, do this, do that.
Okay, so we'll end it here. With her saying that, I do believe she's actually looking for a genuine partner, not a caretaker a la ALR Styles. But it has to start with herself, right? I think everyone can agree. As well, I know a lot of people will be screaming in the comments, she did this to herself, I have no sympathy. That's fine, you can feel that way, you can voice that opinion if you'd like. That's it. So let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!